Views and opinions expressed are not necessarily those of the staff or management of the Flavors of Northwest Arkansas podcast.
Well, hello there, and welcome to this week's edition of the Flavors of Northwest Arkansas podcast. I'm John Engelman. I appreciate you being here today. Today we were in Bentonville talking to Rebecca and Jay Davitt, the owners of Stoic Brews Alternative. But before we hear from them, big news. Well, we started the weekend with big news as Mallory Files of Ozark Charcuterie Wine Bar in downtown Fayetteville announced that
I have sold Ozark Charcuterie Wine Bar, and I am feeling all the feels. I'm feeling relieved, I'm feeling sad, I'm feeling happy, I'm feeling proud. I know that it is best for me and best for my family and for just all the things for me going forward. My passion lies with charcuterie, wine, face-to-face hospitality, not the fast lines of cocktail bars, late nights, restaurants, back of house. That is not my passion. And it turned into that. The wine bar turned into this big, massive operation, which was I'm so thankful for that. But it was time for me to let it go, so I've officially sold it.
The new owner is Crystal Judd, and she's taken over the spot. It will still be a girl bar and hold all the events like they've had in the past. The new name for the spot is the Pink Elephant Social House. There will be more soon.
All right, let's go. 3, 2, 1. Cut.
Cut. Oh, cut.
The day before the announcement of the sale, Ozark Charcuterie held their grand opening and ribbon cutting in downtown Rogers at their new spot in the First Street Flats at 500 North First Street. Mallory and her team had it ready to go with champagne for toasts, charcuterie boats, a dessert tray, and more. The wine is stocked and the cheese display is full, and they have sandwiches, wraps, soups as well. Though she's out of the bar business, she may not be done with Fayetteville just yet.
Eventually, a Fayetteville location of this caliber, this is, so copy and pasteable, it is ridiculous. I have meticulously documented every single step so that we can copy and paste whenever we're ready back into Fayetteville, because we need our Fayetteville community. We love our Fayetteville community.
Pearlsnap Picnic held their official grand opening last week in the Jones Center right by the workout facility and the west entrance. What are they? Well, it's a coffee and smoothie place with a few quick bites, but that's just the start. The plan is for them to grow and have more offerings over time. They're open Monday through Friday, 7 to 2, and Saturday, 8:30 to 3:30. Vagabond Coffee in Bella Vista had their grand opening on Saturday in their new brick-and-mortar location at Sugar Creek Shopping Center by Allen's Food Market. They're known for their trailer at Tenured Creek and their coffee truck for special events. Their business has been growing over the last year, so they needed a spot. Owner J.W. Gericke tells us how they found this one.
We knew that they were putting in this bike park across the street, and so I reached out and I kept asking the people that own the bike park if we could put our vintage van over at the base. And they reached back out to me and they were like, we don't answer emails or phone calls a lot of the time, but something drew me to you. And so basically they all came up to Tenured Creek, they tried our product, and they're like, we have something for you. So then they showed me this space, and I was like, and I just kept asking. And 8 months later, we're here right now.
A little later on Saturday, HTeaO had their grand opening at 300 West Monroe in Lowell. For those that don't know, it's a Texas-based quick-service chain specializing in freshly brewed iced tea. Stores have a massive self-serve bar with over 25 flavors of sweet, unsweet, and caffeine-free teas, alongside artisanal coffee drinks, grab-and-go snacks, and gallon jugs to go. They're open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 9:05 p.m., Saturday, 8 to 9:05 p.m., and Sunday, 11 to 9:05 p.m. My buddy Jared Tom's coming through again. She posted in her 3 things at Blue Iris Consulting on Instagram last week that Jack in the Box is finally coming to Northwest Arkansas. The address on the Jack in the Box website said 915 South 8th Street in Rogers, and that it would be open in September of this year. Now, funny thing about that, 915 South 8th Street is the 8th Street Motel, and no, it doesn't seem to be under construction, and September is just a few months away. So I called Jack in the Box headquarters. They told me that the opening date had been pushed to April of next year and that the location would be close to the intersection of West Oak and South 8th Street, which is near the motel. They said that their address was not yet public. By the way, apologies to the lady behind the counter at the 8th Street Motel, who looked at me like I had a hole in my head when I told her that a Jack-in-the-Box might be moving in. Last week, the Fayetteville Flyer reported that chain McAlister's would be opening a Farmington location over by Rudy's Barbecue. No word on when it'll happen just yet. Flyer reports that it'll be located at 116 North Holland Drive. We're about a month or so away from the grand opening of Saltine Bakery and Kitchen in South Fayetteville. I caught up with co-owner James Isom last week as he was sanding the bar at their soon-to-be location at 659 East Huntsville Road in the old Café Lavande space. He has years of baking experience in Omaha, where he and his wife Aubrey recently moved from. Saltine will be a neighborhood cafe, serving a fast casual breakfast, sourdough, and coffees. Happy 2-year anniversary to the Butter and Bloom Bake Shop. They celebrated last week into the weekend with a special menu that included some super amazing items like 2-tier mini cakes, 4-inch New York cheesecakes with strawberry, chocolate mascarpone, and lemon blueberry streusel, a layered cake trifle accompanied by fresh squeezed, made in-house lemonade, and much more. Hate that I missed this one. Congrats to Megan and her team. Big birthday here. Happy 28 years to Iron Horse Coffee Company in downtown Rogers. They've been serving downtown Rogers since 1998 and show zero signs of slowing down, and are home to one of my favorite Sammys, the Lady J. In today's Flavors Flashback, we go back to Mallory Files from Ozark Charcuterie. We did a podcast with her on June 12 of 2024, where she talked about going viral. What was it like going viral? Were you expecting it?
Oh my gosh, no. I was literally not expecting it. It was on the most random video.
Yeah.
But it did make me stop and think about my target audience, which was something that I hadn't thought of. I thought my target audience was, 42-year-old woman, working mom, with 3 kids. Like, I had her down pat.
Sure.
And I could tell you where she was at any given time of the day, like all the things. And now I'm like, okay, maybe that's not where I need to stand, because a lot of people are coming to me for charcuterie tips and tricks, like business owner tips and tricks.
Sure.
And I would go to say, like, that online, that is where I show up most, is to those people. And then, getting orders and stuff, it's still I've named her Kelly, is to my target audience, Kelly. So I'm kind of walking this weird line and trying to figure it out as I go, honestly. Like, how do I show up for both Kelly and this new target audience that I've just fallen into? But going viral was crazy. I was literally refreshing like every few minutes, and I would go up by, hundreds in minutes.
Good for you.
Thank you. I just was utterly shocked, and it just really goes to show, like, the power of social media is just so real. Like, it's so real. I sold out Webstraun's product. And I don't know, maybe you restaurant owners know how big Webstraun is, but I sold them out, and I was like, this is actually bananas. Bananas. So it was awesome.
Rebecca and Jay Davitt started Stoic Brews Alternative back in March of 2025. For those that don't know, Stoic brews gluten-free beer, and all of their food is gluten-free as well. Rebecca had and still is on a gluten-free diet for a decade, and Jay wanted to brew beer. Rebecca didn't want to do it until she found out that she could do it gluten-free, and with her food science background, a monster was born. Speaking of which, Rebecca struggled with imposter syndrome, and she'll tell you why. Also, how did they find such a great spot? It's the Old Peddler's Pub, and they'll tell you that story. Finally, you don't know what you don't know. They'll talk about being ill-prepared to go through the emotions of seeing people have their first beer in over a decade because of gluten allergies and tear up. They go over that and so much more. And that's next, right here on the Flavors of Northwest Arkansas podcast. This weekend, your wallet's about to catch a break. because it's time to bundle and save at Macadoodles in Pineville and Guess Who in Bentonville. You'll be able to save on select bundles all weekend long. Now, case in point, Macadoodles just landed a barrel buy of 4 Roses whiskey. Buy one bottle, get your second half off. That's a barrel pick you won't find just anywhere, and at a price that won't last. And that's just the start. Both stores are stacking up more bundle deals all weekend with various spirits, so there's something for everybody's shelf. Deals are updating now, so keep an eye on the Macadoodles and Guess Who Facebook pages for the latest bundles for the weekend. Macadoodles in Pineville, Guess Who in Bentonville. This weekend, buy more, save more.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. Innovating to prepare students for our fast-changing world. They're skilled experts, discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, leading by example. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org.
Welcome back. We are at Stoic Brews Alternative here in Bentonville, and we are talking gluten-free beer, gluten-free food, gluten-free everything in here. And we've got Rebecca and Jay Davitt. Guys, how are you?
Great.
Hey, thanks for your time. I appreciate this. I know you all are super busy, and I know it's a good problem to have, but I know carving out some time is not always the easiest thing to do, so I appreciate it.
We're happy to be here. Thanks for the invite.
Well, thanks for the invite to you. We're at your place. I mean, so I came here last March when you guys opened. I think you were going through soft openings or something like that at the time, and Jay and I talked a little bit just to get an idea and as to what you guys were and what you guys were going to be. I think you guys have surpassed what he said you all are going to be, because it is built out. I love seeing the board up there filled out. I mean, it was, you guys were, I don't even think you were open yet when I came over. And so things were still, do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
I remember.
Okay.
I think you came in on like day 2.
Was it day 2? Was that what it was?
It was very early on, yeah.
Okay, great. Well,
It's like I wasn't ready for that.
I know
I'm not sure I
wasn't.
was either.
Yeah.
I just kind of stopped in. Hey guys, who can I steal for 30 minutes after being open for a day and a half? But no, it was great, and you all were great, and I got a little bit of an idea, and now we're going to find out more for everybody here. First gluten-free brewery in Arkansas.
Yeah.
Tell me about that, because it's kind of a unicorn thing.
It is. When we researched gluten-free beer, that was like, what, 2-3 years ago?
It was about 3, yeah.
3 years ago. There were only 22 or 23 dedicated gluten-free breweries in the United States.
Oof.
And during that research, we knew that there wasn't any in Arkansas.
Yeah.
There weren't any here. The closest one to us is Neff in Tulsa.
Okay.
And that's it. There's nothing further south. Everything is either on the East Coast or the West Coast. One in Colorado, and a few up north, but that's it. So yeah, we knew that there wasn't anything here, and we wanted to change that.
Yeah. So tell me about the name, Stoic Brews Alternative. It seems very thought out.
Yeah. I just love philosophy. Very passionate about philosophy. We wanted a place that inspired just thought and good conversation.
Sure.
And so that's where the Stoic came from, the Stoic name. All of our flight cards are Stoic-based. The names of our beers are Stoic-based.
Nice.
And so we just wanted something that was going to invoke conversation, thoughtful conversation. And if you notice, we don't have any TVs here.
I hadn't thought about that, but yeah.
Yeah, and that's on purpose, because we wanted a place where people could come and have those conversations without, being distracted.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, a lot of times, breweries have a theme-backed, name. And ours is Stoicism. And, for instance, throw a plug out there for Greenhouse Ale Works. They name all their beers after plants.
Okay.
Because of that name. So So it works out well with our cards and their names on the beers and the explanation of what they are and all that kind of stuff.
It really makes me want to find out what your guys' backgrounds are. Who wants to start?
You want to go first?
Well, how far back do you want me to go?
What was your first job at age 8? No. I'm kidding. Professionally, what were you, did you go to school for something? What did you spend the most time doing professionally previous to this?
Well, I'll go backwards. I owned boxing gyms.
Wow.
Before that for about 10 to 12 years.
Okay.
And it wasn't an actual physical boxing gym. It was workout kind of gym.
I see.
Really cool concept. Loved it. Ended up selling that and actually retired for like a year.
Okay.
Before that, we...
Drove you crazy, didn't it?
Yeah. Before that, I built houses.
Okay.
So,
All
yeah,
right.
probably 22, 23 years of that.
There you go.
Of building houses.
All right.
Yeah.
Becca, how about you?
So I have a food science and nutrition background,
Okay.
Which has really helped me here in this space.
Sure.
And I've always been very passionate about just food and culture.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like as Jay said, we ran the kickboxing gyms together for about 12 years.
Nice.
So we did that, and then yeah, like you said, he didn't want to sit still, so we just jumped right into this, and now we're brewing and cooking.
Something tells me you don't just jump right into something. Something tells me you all are research people, and there had to be a little something put into it, I would assume.
Yeah, I think a little bit of both, actually. I mean, I feel like we jumped into it, but I am a researcher. I do love to research.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I said, we started looking into this, 3 years ago.
Okay.
And the story is that after the kickboxing gyms, after we sold those, Jay came up to me and said, I want to brew beer. And I said, since when? I've never, ever, I've known you for 12 years, and I've never heard you once say, I want to brew beer.
I'm sorry, what?
You don't even drink beer. I'm so confused. And I thought he was kidding. But he was serious.
Wow.
And neither one of us were really beer drinkers or drinkers in general. And so, I just kind of thought it was a very random comment.
Yeah.
And he kept bringing it up. And I thought, okay, he's serious.
Hang on. While you're saying this, I just want to throw out there, I want to be a lottery winner.
Oh, okay.
Okay, sorry, go ahead. I thought that'd be a good spot for that.
Yes, throw it out there, into the universe.
That's right.
Let's manifest it.
We'll manifest the heck out of that.
Anyway, I finally had to tell him that is probably not going to work for me if you're wanting to do something together. I've been gluten-free personally for 10, 11 years due to an inflammatory disorder. And so knowing that beer has gluten in it, I was like, I don't see myself enjoying making something or being a part of something that I can't consume.
Well, even if you're around it, that's probably not good for you, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm not that sensitive, like a sensitive celiac person would respond to that. But yeah, it just didn't seem very enjoyable for me. It wouldn't be something that I would take pride in.
You could not try the fruits of your labor.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that kind of ended the conversation. I jokingly said, if you can figure out how to make it gluten-free, I'm in. And that was really just a joke because in my mind, there was no way you could make beer gluten-free. And that's where the conversation died.
Or so you thought?
Or so I thought.
I checked it off my bucket list.
It died with him. Also, it died with him
Okay.
because he was not interested in gluten-free beer.
Sure.
So after that, I thought, I got curious. So I started looking it up, and that's when I found out, it is a thing. It is a thing, and there are 22, 23 breweries in the United States that are doing it successfully.
How did Jay take that?
He was not as passionate about beer making anymore. He really didn't see the benefit or the excitement that I did in it. So fast forward, what turned out to be his passion randomly turned into my passion, and I'm the one that's brewing the beer now. So it has definitely turned, but I'm the one that just really dug into the the science behind it. And I think it actually helped me not, consuming glutinous beer or brewing glutinous beer in the past, because I didn't go into gluten-free brewing with all those habits.
So you had never done brewing before? You had never brewed before?
I have never brewed a thing in my life.
Okay. Coffee? Anything?
Nope.
Okay.
Nothing. Nothing. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. So you've got to learn to make gluten-free beer at this point, I guess?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's where the research takes you?
That's where the research took me, and
Okay.
I went deep into it. I bought every book I could find, not just gluten-free brewing, but traditional or conventional brewing as well, because I figured that the science was probably similar. I joined as many Facebook groups as I could. I watched YouTube videos, and that's
Jay
where
created a monster.
He did. Unfortunately, that is part of my personality. Is once I'm all or nothing.
I get it.
So
good for you.
That's where it took me, and I
Right
learned
on.
a lot. And we were really excited to make our first batch.
So was this home brewing at this point?
It was.
Okay. All right. So that's how it started.
That's how it started.
Okay.
Yeah.
So home brew for how long before you look at each other and say, "Hey, what do you think?"
Oh man,
Well, we brewed our first brew with like a 5-gallon brewing system.
Okay.
And it was fun. We had a great time. Sure. All that kind of stuff. But when we were done, it actually tasted really good. And we were thought, oh, this is awesome,
Okay. So unlike most brewers, you guys, your very first batch was good.
Yeah, but I didn't know what beer was really supposed to taste like, because I hadn't had
That's fair.
a beer in I don't know how many years. But I trusted him because he had, whenever we went out to restaurants or anything, he would always order a craft beer.
Sure.
So I definitely trusted his judgment more than mine,
Yeah.
and he said it was good, so
It
I
was
believed
good.
him.
Okay.
It was fantastic, as
Okay.
a matter of fact. And as we went on, we would brew different styles, and every time we would do it, it was good. It was amazing. And we weren't convinced yet, so we bought a bigger system.
For home.
Yeah. And it's actually kind of the one we're using now almost, but we started brewing in it too to see what that leveling up would do.
Sure.
And same thing happened. We were like, every time we'd brew a different style, it was amazingly good. And I know what a beer's supposed to taste like. And I learned throughout her research, you can make beer out of anything,
Okay.
but there are certain things that make it better.
Of course.
And as we kept going, we loved it. It was good. We weren't convinced that we were good at this yet, though.
Okay.
So we actually traveled to Michigan and Wisconsin and to Oklahoma and visited other gluten-free big boys.
Okay.
Some of the guys that have been doing it for 20 years.
Sure.
And compared our beer to theirs. And every time we would do that, we discovered that we were as good as they were, if not better.
Interesting.
And that's kind of what gave us the
That was the light bulb.
confidence.
That was the light bulb.
That we could do this, and we were actually good at it, even with the lack of years of experience.
You guys got so giddy, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Not me. I was scared to death. I was so scared. I definitely had imposter syndrome.
Sure.
Now is probably a good time to share that by the time we opened Stoic Brews, we had a total of maybe 6 brews under our belt before we opened this place.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay.
And I had a little bit of a nervous or a mental breakdown because of that. I just really had that imposter syndrome going on. And that was something I never admitted or told anybody until maybe a year later. I finally started, because that question comes up a lot from customers. How long have you been brewing? I brewed 6 beers, and that was almost embarrassing for me to share that, but now it's like a flex.
Yeah.
It's like our beer's that good, and we only brewed 6 times, and
She does the Deputy Fife.
Yeah.
Sniffed. Only 6 times.
that's right.
None of the young folks are going to get that at all.
No, probably not.
All right.
Missing out.
I saw the value of who she was, though, and how good she was at
Sure.
it, and the scientific thinking and studying behind everything that she did, and it was pretty amazing how to watch her create beer, not knowing how. Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah.
Insane.
I think I had to constantly tell myself, Rebecca, you've got the food science background, you've got the chemistry background, you've got the attention to detail. You can do this.
Yeah.
You can do this.
Yeah.
And I'm really good about learning from my mistakes. I love to tear things apart and try to figure out what went wrong and fix that the next time around.
Yeah.
So that's really what kept me going, and the fact that he kept saying, "This is good. This is good."
Well, there's nothing. I would never.
I'm sorry. Let me stop you. What did he say?
This is good.
That's what I thought. Yeah. I just wanted to hear it again. I'm sorry, Jay. Go ahead.
I would never discount someone's opinion of a 10-year experienced brewer.
Sure.
There's so much value to that.
Of
We
course.
can't wait to be a 10-year brewer.
Yeah.
And know all the little more things. And when we get to 10 years, there's another 10 years of learning
For
and
sure.
improving and getting better and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So the 10-year brewer is a valuable commodity.
No question. No
And
question.
We're not there yet, but I think we've gotten a really good start on what to do.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Sounds like it for sure. Okay, well, you get to the point, you go on your trips, you test your beer against other beers. When are you deciding that we've just got to we got to go in? We got to do it. We've got to start our own spot.
Pretty early on.
Yeah, we went to the Oklahoma brewery,
Yeah.
and super cool people. Really awesome place up there.
Yeah.
They're the ones that really broke, the decision for us to do it, because they brew a lot of the styles that we had at
Yeah.
the time anyway.
Yeah.
And when we compared our beer up there, it really gave us the confidence that we knew what we were doing. Our beer was good, and of course we think it's better. Of course, they would think the same thing.
Sure.
On the other way, but in fact, the owner said our stout's the best he's ever had.
No kidding.
Yeah.
How about that?
And we took that as a huge, huge compliment.
Did
And
Rebecca look at him and say, only 6. Only brewed 6.
maybe so.
I think my words were, "I think I could die now. Thank you." I mean, it was just like that. Hearing that was, wow. I can go home, and
Yeah,
that was the best thing I could have heard. It's
pretty good.
Coming
Yeah.
from
Pretty good.
experience like they are,
Yeah.
and they're one of the big boys, and they really compliment. They come in here all the time, as a matter of fact.
Really?
So, yeah.
Well, how awesome.
So, and we'd like to go up there more often
Yeah,
too, but
yeah.
we can't really get away. But yeah, that was when we decided that we had the confidence and
Yeah.
the ability to open this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
And begin.
so you put a plan together, and timing is everything. How did you find this spot in which we're sitting?
Oh my gosh,
That's
The
an
former
interesting
Peddler's
story.
Pub,
That's
I
an
might
interesting
add.
story, which people still think is Peddler's Pub, by the way, to this day.
Really? Still?
yeah.
To this
We
day.
get
Really?
To this
a
day.
lot, yeah.
Yes, and it's a joke. It's a running joke here. We can tell by the time they walk up to the concrete pad, Peddler's Pub. They're here for peddlers. Like we take bets, and they walk in,
great.
and sure enough, they'll look around. This place looks different. I'm like, yeah. And are you looking for peddlers? Yeah, it's across the street.
that's great.
Yeah, to
We
this
take it
day.
as an opportunity, though,
Have to.
introduce
Yeah.
ourselves
Oh, you
and
have to.
invite them back if they're on their way to meet friends at Peddlers or whatever. We take it as an opportunity to invite them
Got
back
to.
someday and give us a shot.
100%.
So, yeah.
100%.
Yeah, but the story about how we were able to get into this space has quite a big backstory. We were actually in the process of almost signing a lease agreement for a space over at Crystal Flats.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, one of the center space there that has all the glass.
Okay.
And we had already drawn out plans, and we were, literally in the process of almost signing the lease agreement. And we found out that it wasn't zoned properly for manufacturing.
Oh.
So we were pretty deflated after that. And it's a Blue Crane property. And so we were working closely with Blue Crane, and they said, "What about Peddler's Pub?" And we're like, And we didn't know, and the word hadn't got out yet that they were even moving.
Oh.
So that was shocking to us.
Of course.
And we were like, what's going on with peddlers? are you kicking them out, or what's going on, you know? And we found out that they were going to be, they had intentions, they had already made plans to move across the street. Yeah. And that had not been made public. So we were like, are you kidding? That would be like better than this place. Like, you know, there's a reason for everything. And that we took that as a sign that, yes, 1,000 times yes, we would love to take over that space. So that's really all it took was for us to say yes. They gave us a tour during their rush hour. That was crazy. I've never gotten so many evil eyes from cooks and stuff back there walking around in their space like, sorry guys, we're just checking out the space.
Oh my gosh, they're still in operation.
Yeah. And you know how busy Peddlers is. So and in that really small area. So we went back there, looked around really quick. I'm like, yep, we'll take it, thank you.
And we had to do it then because we had to know the footprint of being able to have enough room to be able to brew the kitchen. We just had to have enough room.
Well, plus we didn't want to miss out. You know, we didn't want to lag and take our time.
I would assume that would be a long line.
Right.
Oh my gosh, yeah. We didn't want it to be up for the, next available person.
Right.
So we jumped on that.
Okay, so I'm assuming not a heck of a lot of build out had to go into it, or maybe there was. Obviously, you have to move in your equipment, but tell me about that.
Well, there's a substantial amount of investment that goes into something like this, even if it doesn't look like it. So from the chairs to the pictures on the wall to the paint to the removing, people don't see the fact that you moved all the plumbing.
Oh gosh, did you really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the bar used to be right here where we are sitting. Peddlers, the bar used to be right here, and this used to be all open in kitchen area.
I retract my previous question. 100% I retract.
That's okay, yeah.
And, even then, 2 years ago, or whatever, a year and a half ago, it was still, high dollar money for this going on right
labor,
now. And
contracted labor.
even the walls we built and the specific lighting and
the materials.
Materials itself, the labor, you name it, it wasn't a long process. We hired a guy to help us as a contractor to do commercial.
Okay.
Because I couldn't do it because I was a residential.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, shout out to JT Construction.
That's right. And the process went really well. We were able to do it in about an 8-week period, maybe a 10-week period, I think. And
look at that.
Get ready. There was some backups,
The biggest hurdle was moving the bar. You can still see, remnants on the floor of the outline of where the bar used to be.
Sure.
But moving that over there, and then also, like he said, all the plumbing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was the most difficult process.
And shout out to Blue Crane too. They were
amazing. They have treated us so well throughout this process.
They've been
so
great in the beginning, and they're great now. Mm-hmm. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah. Okay, so everything gets going, everything gets together, and the grand opening happens. Tell me about that.
Well, we had a soft opening first for close friends and family.
Sure.
And that was like on a Thursday. I think we decided to do 2 days of soft opening. So like a Thursday, Friday, and then we wanted to open to the public on a Saturday. And that was March 14th.
Yeah.
And
you got St. Patty's Day.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. And that's also the annual Bentonville crawl, the Celtic crawl.
I mean, make it easy on yourself, why don't you?
Oh my goodness, that was.
We weren't signed up for it or anything.
Yeah, we weren't even. We didn't even participate, but we were just like, part of it. Didn't matter.
Wow.
That was insane.
They drink you dry?
No, surprisingly they didn't. Mentally, we were done. Because we were already, at any time a restaurant or any new business opens, you got to work out those kinks.
Sure.
So we really didn't have the opportunity to even process what was going on.
Yeah.
But the soft opening went so well. We had so much support and great feedback. But like I said, by the time we got that feedback back and we were able to process, we need to change this and fix this, then it was Celtic crawl and then grand opening, and we didn't even have time to. We were just like, well, good luck, guys.
Yeah.
Whatever happens.
Away we go.
Yeah.
Wow.
We'll deal with the bad reviews later, and whatever. But that, in hindsight, looking back, that was awesome. It was, I think it was actually a really cool way to just force us.
In the fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, it's like it's either going to make or break you.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Sink or swim. Here we go.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, good.
We dog paddled.
It's good to be able to look back and say that was a good thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, doors are open.
Yeah.
What did that original lineup look like on the wall there?
As far as beer, not much different than it looks right now.
Okay.
To be honest with you,
All right.
the original model, what I wanted for the beer was to have, we wanted to have 12 beers on tap, 12 different styles. And 8 of those I wanted to be like flagship beers.
Okay.
And the rest of them were going to be a rotating seasonal beer, and that has yet to happen. Not because I don't want to.
Yeah.
We had no idea that the flagship beers alone were going to keep me so busy that I don't have time. Yeah. I simply don't have time to make new beers.
Sure, I get it.
I keep hoping for that someday.
Yeah.
That is still a goal. It's not lost on me that is something that is makes breweries successful is to offer unique and varying products, rotational products.
You bet.
So I definitely want to still do that. It's just not possible at this point. The only new beer that has been added since opening is the Temperance. And the Temperance is my attempt of an NA beer.
Oh, wow.
So NA beers alone.
Perfect name for it.
Yes, exactly. NA beers alone, conventional NA beers, are it's very hard to make a decent tasting NA beer. I think Athletic Brewing out of California probably has the best reputation for having a good quality, good tasting NA beer. And a gluten-free beer on a commercial scale, as far as I know, is either not being done or not being done and marketed. I haven't heard of that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of issues that come up with that, with brewing an NA beer. So this was my attempt. I came in so close. In order to legally be considered NA, it has to be 0.5 or less percent ABV.
Okay.
Mine was 0.9.
Ah.
So close. So it's considered a low ABV beer.
Okay.
But it sells very well.
It is a trend.
It is
The
a
low-
trend.
For sure. 100%.
Yeah. A lot of people are making the choice to not drink alcoholic beverages or low alcoholic beverages.
Right.
So we get asked on a daily basis if we have an NA beer.
Yeah.
And we say, well, we have a low ABV, and they're like, I'll take it.
Nice.
So I'm really excited about it.
Yeah.
And I think I know what to do next time, so I can make it a truly NA gluten-free beer. But that's really the only new one I've added.
And we'll get more into the beers and everything in the next segment. But I was just kind of curious, starting out, because I know you've got a lot of brewing to do before opening the doors, and scheduling that out when the team is. The brew team is you.
Me.
is a hard thing. Is a super hard thing.
I think when we opened, I only had 4 beers up there.
It was 4.
I think I
You
only had
moved to 6,
4. I think we had the Blonde, the Stoic Solitude, the IPA, the Memento Mori. Man, what was the other one? I don't remember. Yeah, it was like 3 or 4 beers.
Okay.
And I remember thinking, oh my gosh, people are going to be so disappointed that I only have, 3 or 4 beers up there. The rest were coming, but it was just going to take me some time. So.
If you have a gluten allergy and there's a place to even get 1 beer, I would assume they wouldn't give a flip.
Well, and I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
And you are absolutely correct.
You don't know what you don't know at that point anyway.
Yeah, and that's exactly right. I just really thought there was going to be a lot of upset, disappointed people coming in thinking it was going to be Bentonville Brewing, with 20 beers on tap.
Sure. Yeah. So what was the marketing like at the start? Or
What marketing?
okay, there's the answer. Word of mouth.
Word
it
of
is.
mouth.
Yeah.
It was all
Our
word
best
of mouth.
marketing was this spot.
Sure. Oh
you
yeah.
know, and that was
I get
that was
right off
huge.
the
all
bike
by
trail.
thread.
Yeah. Just full honesty, this build out and this space consumed all of our resources.
Sure.
We don't have deep pockets. We are a true small business operation. We work here. We do the work here. We're here 60,
True mom and
70
pop. Yeah.
hours a week. And so true definition of mom and pop small business.
For sure.
So, yeah, and I think that is maybe go off on a rabbit trail here. I feel like a lot of people, especially in this area, it's hard to remember that because there are a lot of, businesses here that are funded by deep pockets or that they have a lot of investors, and we simply don't have that.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, I think, kind of are a little spoiled to that, especially consumers. They just, we noticed it here, you know, why don't you have this? Why don't you have that? Just make more, just do this, and it's like, whoa, one thing at a time. So,
but I do think there might be, and correct me if I'm wrong, please,
Yeah.
because this is just a guess from me, but I would also think there's this segment out there that kind of finds that refreshing in the area.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I'd like to think so.
Yeah.
But I think it takes an open mind for people to actually listen to that and be like, oh, okay, I get it, and appreciate that. So, and that's what I'm hoping this podcast will do too, is, maybe open people's minds to know that it is just us backing this and working this through blood, sweat, and tears.
All three of our listeners are going to be super glad to hear that.
Fantastic. I'm so glad.
And it'll be worth it.
There you go. There you go. Well, we've tiptoed around a little bit. Let's talk beer and food. Sound good?
Yeah, sure. What do
We've
you
got
wanna
that.
know?
We've got the Mike Engelman Home Pro Tip of the Week, and that's next right here on the Flavors of Northwest Arkansas.
Let me show you something.
Connect with us at Flavors of Northwest Arkansas on Facebook and Instagram, or by email at flavorsofnwa@gmail.com.
Okay, it is time. The Mike Engelman Home Pro Tip of the Week is here, and for that, we'll go to the Davitts. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you have?
I think our tip for saving time or for at-home tip would be if you come in and you order or you want to get beer in your growler. It's important to know that, first of all, if it is available in cans, buy it in cans first. But if you want to bring in your growler and fill it up, it is very important that you keep that lid sealed as tight as possible and put immediately in some sort of refrigeration or ice. And then you need to consume that beer within ideally 12 to 24 hours because it will lose all of its carbonation because growlers are not perfectly sealed off to oxygen.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's a quick party.
It is a quick party, but hopefully you're sharing it with,
Very good point.
Friends or whatnot.
And cans keep.
Cans are going to keep a lot longer. Obviously, kegs are the number one most, superior, going to give you the most superior product.
Okay.
They're going to keep the longest. And then cans would be next. And then your growlers. But they're not, especially if you have the brown bottle growlers.
Sure.
Clear growlers are the worst. They're gonna.
I don't think I've ever seen one.
We filled up a few here,
Okay.
and I cringe every time I see them because I think that beer is gonna go bad really quick. Because beer is prone to oxygenation for
Sure.
one, and being light struck. So if it's exposed to direct sunlight or even fluorescent lighting, it's going to become light struck, and it can make the beer taste off.
Okay.
So,
Great tip.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Your story doesn't have to end. As an organ donor, the good in you can live on. In fact, you can save up to 8 lives through organ donation. Sign up to give the gift of life after you're gone. You'll be happy you did. Just maybe, someone else will too. Sign up online today as an organ, eye, and tissue donor at organdonor.gov. It saves lives.
Well, I talk about organ donation at this point every week and take it super seriously simply for the fact that not only have I had it, but I know others that have had a kidney transplant, and there are others that have had other organ transplants that I know of and that are friends. Here's the bad news. We've been talking about 108,000 is where the list is, the transplant waiting list. It's now, as of June, last month, it's now up to 109,000. We got to get signed up, folks. OrganDonor.gov is the place to go. Get signed up there. I always say it like this: in in Arkansas and Texas. I haven't tried Oklahoma yet, but getting signed up there through OrganDonor.gov takes 5 minutes for each of them. I assume it's the same for the other states as well. You can also get there through the Health app on your iPhone, and you can also do it the old school way, like I did it way back in the day. DMV, or the Department of Finance here in Arkansas. Just when you have to renew your license, tell them you are an organ donor, and they will put it on there. You'll be set and ready to roll. OrganDonor.gov. Check it out. Don't be one of those that takes your organs with you when you go. Please help save lives. Thank you. And we're back. Rebecca and Jay, you guys ready to talk beer and food?
We're ready.
As I sit here and just rev up.
Excited.
So let's kick it off with that brewing system that you're talking about that you all have here. Tell me about it.
Yeah, I have a small nano size. It's a 1-barrel system, so I brew 31 gallons at a time.
Oof.
So there's no test. This is the test batch.
Yeah, for
My
sure.
31 gallons is the test batch.
Yeah.
I do have a smaller system at the house that I could bring in, but I just prefer to do the 31 gallons. And we did that. It was very purposefully done to start small.
Sure.
There are not a lot of nano breweries in the United States that I know of. Most of them jump right into 3, 5, 7, 10 on up barrel systems.
Sure.
But we wanted to do things a little different here. First of all, we did not know what our product, how well it was going to be received here.
Again, it's back to that you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah, exactly. And like I mentioned earlier, we did not have the deep pockets to, go big. So we just did what we could.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's our system.
Yeah. Excellent. Well, you've become a pro at it for sure.
I've learned it well. Yes, I do have 6 1-barrel fermenters as well, and I have 6 1-barrel bright tanks also.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm sorry, Jay. I didn't mean to cut you off there.
Oh, that's all right. The model that we decided was just to keep up with the tap room anyway, so we don't need a 10-barrel system for that, unless we go to 20 styles. But that's basically why we went with the 1-barrel.
Yeah.
And, we heard those stories about, no, you're not going to be able to keep up, blah, blah, blah. And they were right, in a sense. But you can keep up. You just got to brew more, which is a lot of work.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, that's just what we were able to do.
And we weren't going to do any distribution, anything like that. We didn't even plan on putting beer in the refrigerator with cans, so.
Fair.
But now we are, and now it might be time to move forward.
Move forward?
Yeah.
What might that be?
Well, possibly distribution.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Getting another warehouse, a bigger system, and moving forward with the distribution thing. We think, and actually almost know, we could have 40 accounts tomorrow, and including Aikens and you name it.
So what you're telling me is it would pay for itself pretty fairly.
We think we could cash flow pretty good.
Yeah. Outstanding.
Yeah. Self-distributing, of course. Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. So the big question, how does one make gluten-free beer?
Yeah, that's a question we get a lot.
Daily.
And the answer is kind of simple. You use gluten-free ingredients. So we are not...
So good night, everybody. That's your answer. We're out.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yep, that's all there is to know. We are not gluten reduced. We do get that question a lot.
Interesting.
Yeah, and so
that exists.
That exists, and I have a lot to say about that.
Oh.
But
Let me go ahead and start the podcast here.
Okay.
No. I'm kidding.
Yeah, we do get a lot of people that ask, are you gluten reduced or gluten free? And we have to, we're gluten free and we use 100% gluten free ingredients. So whereas a conventional brewer might use barley, wheat, or rye, I'm going to use things like millet, rice, corn, quinoa, buckwheat.
Okay.
Just to name a few. But anything that has carbohydrates in it, you can ferment. You can make sweet potato beer. You can literally make beer out of anything that produces starches. So yeah, that's really it. Is you got to start with gluten-free ingredients, and the process is a little different, slightly different. Conventional brewers are going to use much lower temperatures than I will be using.
Okay.
And that's just simply because the grains that I use require much higher temperatures in order to extract those sugars. So whereas, a conventional brewer might mash in at 145, 150 degrees Fahrenheit, I'm mashing in at anywhere from 175 to 190 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay. So quite a big difference. The other probably big difference, I would say, with gluten-free brewing versus conventional brewing is that I do have to use enzymes. I don't know if conventional brewers think that might be cheating, possibly, but gluten-free beer has to be done that way, and that's simply because gluten-free grains don't contain, the natural enzymes that glutinous grains contain to help break down those starches. And again, because I'm mashing in at such much higher temperatures, any enzymes that might be there naturally are basically denatured and killed due to the high temps.
Oh, okay.
So I have to add them back in.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would say those are probably the biggest difference is temperatures and enzymes. Yeah.
Interesting. That's an education.
Yeah.
I learn something new every day. I just learned a lot.
Good.
That's great. Yeah. That's great. So you guys got the beers going, and as we talked about in the last segment, these are the beers that you thought were on par or better than the other ones that you tasted around the U.S. Tell me about that feedback from those beers, from the people that started coming in.
Well, at first, I didn't want to hear any feedback. I was like, I don't want to know.
Oh, no.
But from what I heard from bartenders is that people were loving it. Most people didn't even know. They couldn't tell that it was gluten-free unless we had told them. Even if they did know, they couldn't pick up a difference.
So these are people coming in not knowing it's a gluten-free place.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, we either got those people that didn't know it was gluten-free and couldn't tell.
Yeah.
Or we had the people who, hadn't had a beer in 10 years because they were celiac and they've missed out on beer for that long. And so, I mean, we've had people crying in here. And that's when you realize it's not about the beer. It's not about the beer. It's not about the food. It's about, food is so central to every culture out there.
For sure.
And so when you are denied something or can't have something that most of the people around you can have, you definitely feel left out.
Yeah.
And it is more of a, just a accessibility type, inclusive type thing that we were offering. It really had nothing to do about beer at that point.
Well, it's somewhat of a return to normality.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, and I know that just as well as they did because I've been gluten-free for 10, 11 years and basically never went out again because I was afraid of being glutened or people not taking you very serious, or if you're in with a group of people, somehow the conversation turns back to you and why are you gluten-free and how come you can't have that and just have a salad, and you're just like I didn't want to make this about me. So
why don't you have a salad?
Yeah, that was my one-liner. If you order a salad, I'll eat a salad, and that's why we don't have salads on the menu here.
Okay.
Because I was tired of hearing that, and the response was either that or it was just so emotional and very and very powerful.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And being able to see that has to be just unbelievable.
Oh, man. Like I want to cry just talking about it. It is extremely emotional because I can't even begin to tell you how food impacts our lives and deeper than most people realize.
When you all were opening this place, did you even forecast something like that?
I didn't.
Not that to that depth at all. You know, we were just amazed and gratified of how people would understand the people that needed it. Yeah. You know, the celiacs or even the gluten-free sensitive people, they don't have a place to go. Yeah. We're providing something that is really important to these people. You know, we have people that come in here now that are like regulars because this is it. Yeah. You know, not only the fact that they like our beer and food, but it's so amazing to watch and get to hear, you know, oh my God, this is so cool. I haven't had a beer in 10 years. This is so cool that you guys are here, you know.
And it's also community for people, like-minded folks.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's so much bigger than what we thought. How many people we have coming in here that we didn't know it would be that many, but there's a lot of people that literally need a place like this.
No question.
Yeah.
No question about it.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Now, an unfair question. What's your favorite beer here?
Oh, yeah. That's like asking which one of my kids is my favorite. I know.
That's right. Which one of your kids are your favorite?
Ooh, yeah. Not on air.
That's
right. Really, I think for me, it's between the hazy, the Memento Vivere, and the Meditations, the amber.
Okay.
Yeah, it kind of just depends on what mood I'm in.
Right.
Because they're both drastically different beer. But
of course.
Yeah, I would say those two.
Jay, what about you?
Mine is the blonde or the amber ale.
Yeah.
Yeah. The amber ale's probably the kick I'm on right now.
Are you all seasonal favorites at all by chance, depending on if it's cooler outside, you like cleaner and crisper, or colder outside, you like the darker, heavier?
Sometimes I'll start off with the stout.
Yeah.
You know, and I'll have one, and then I'll switch to one of those two beers I just mentioned.
Yeah,
so.
I get it.
I don't think, not me. I don't think I don't think the temperature outside or the seasons really play a role in what I go for. I think it's just my mood at the time.
But it does sound good in the wintertime to go with that stout, you know.
Absolutely.
And it happens, and then you're never dissatisfied.
Yeah.
But I will add, we do have a misconception about my stout. So my stout is it's an American stout, which is very different from like a
Irish.
Dessert style stout or a pastry stout or
the oatmeal stouts.
Yeah, it's very different. Those are heavier, tend to be a little bit sweeter, more full-bodied, and they're like drinking a dessert kind of thing. They're just more of a heavier beer, and mine is more on the hoppy side. Mine is drier.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so a lot of people have this misconception that like, oh, I don't want a stout in the summer. And then we convince them to just try it. And they're like, okay, this is really good. You know, it's very refreshing. It's not your typical stout. So.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
And what's the, if I may ask, what is the biggest seller?
Our blonde.
Is it blonde?
Stoic Solitude.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Probably the hazy the
would be
IPA
next. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Interesting.
And then it goes from there. They're kind of equal.
So does your hazy have grapefruit in it, by the way?
So I use Citra and Mosaic and Eldorado hops in there, and so they're gonna have some, citrus forward notes.
Yeah.
And we actually had several bartenders who thought I was actually putting fruit in the beer, and there's no fruit.
In the hazy?
There's no fruit in the beer. There's no fruit in any of the beers. What you're picking up on is the hop expression.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. I have to ask because having a kidney transplant, there are there's things I can't have, but two of them are grapefruit and starfruit because it masks the medication.
Yes. Yeah.
Have you heard that?
I knew. Yeah. I did know that grapefruit interacts with a lot of medication.
Yeah.
But I didn't know about starfruit.
Well, I've never seen starfruit,
I was
so I'm
say,
not really
I don't even
worried.
know where you would buy that.
I think Florida is what they said. I don't know. I don't know. What the heck do I know? So you also have cocktails and mocktails. Tell me about that.
Yeah, that was really important for us. We knew that we talk just from our own experience, our own preference, and talking to other people. When you go to a bar or a brewery, especially, if you go in with a group of 5 people, 5 friends, let's say, you might have 2 beer drinkers, and then you might have somebody who hates beer, but they like wine. And then you might have somebody that just wants a cocktail, or somebody that doesn't drink at all, who's like the designated driver.
Sure.
So, not everybody is going to be in the same boat as far as like their preferences. So we wanted to create a space that had as much variety as possible to accommodate those palates. So it was very important for us to get our hard liquor license that we could offer some cocktails. And the mocktails, I think, were even more important because we have been following trends. Yeah. And we are very much aware that, the people that are, between 21 and 35 years of age are just not drinking like they were in the past. So
like we were when we were 21 to 35.
Right. They're not throwing it back anymore. So, instead of fighting that and we've unfortunately heard a lot of attitude with like, well, that's stupid, I'm not it's like, well, that's business. You have to be willing to listen to the trends and the consumers and what they want and the choices. And if you're not keeping up with that, you're going to be left in the dust. So that was not going to be us. We definitely wanted to accommodate the non-drinkers as well. So
it's already changing now. I just watched an Instagram story this morning. Talking about the new trend with the millennials. How it was always the millennials don't drink anymore. Yeah. Now they're back to drinking, but just one, and then they switch to a mocktail, and then they go back to the beer or the cocktail, and then back to the mocktail.
Interesting.
That's the new trend.
They're mixing in and out.
Yes. And I can't remember what they call it, but
it's got a name?
It's got a name.
I believe it.
And I can't remember what it is. We'll have to look that up.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's great.
Is that like our version of drinking a glass of water after each drink? Like you're supposed to drink a glass of water after a cocktail?
I'm thinking.
I keep both side by side.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how I do it.
Yeah, keep it even.
That's it. That's it.
Well, that's good. We got both.
I'm going to look that up. So the liquor alternatives, I would think have come a long way because I've had, which one did I have? I feel like it was a rum alternative a while ago. And I thought, well, this is great. Yeah. It was really good.
They have come a long way.
Yeah.
Just like gluten-free has come a long way.
For sure.
Yeah. We serve Monday Gin, which is a 100% non-alcoholic base.
What a great name for it.
Yeah, Monday Gin. Ritual, and I think that might be the rum you're talking about.
Okay.
And Empress Gin also came out with an NA gin as well. We don't use that as heavily, but we like the Monday Gin better. But we've tried them all neat and on the rocks, and we've tried them mixed in with things, and they're great. They've got a great flavor profile, and I think they're just that thing that might be missing, in a mocktail.
Sure, I get it. Food. Food has come a long way because I think correct me if I'm wrong, but when you all opened, I think it was just pizza, right?
Well, we had a few other things
too.
Did you? Yeah,
okay.
But
all right.
Our pizza is definitely our staple thing that we provide and sell here. But we have other choices like calzones and simple, nuts for snacks.
Yeah.
And,
I would not say simple nuts. I would say rosemary roasted nuts.
Thank you. Yes, that's much better.
As someone who grows rosemary in his side yard, and by the way, it lasted through the winter, and now it's like a tree trunk. It's huge.
Yeah, it's hardy.
Hardy is the word. Yeah, but sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. But I did.
That's okay. Don't let my prep cook hear me say simple.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Several, 5-6 kinds of pizza? Did I see that?
Yeah, our pepperoni pizza is definitely the most popular.
Of course.
It seems to be everywhere, I guess. But you can't hardly beat a pepperoni pizza. They're amazing.
That's what Mrs. Flavors and I always order is pepperoni pizza. That's what I go pick up.
We use high-quality pepperoni. We use high-quality cheese. We use high-quality dough. The sauces are house-made. And that goes along with all the pizzas that we make, from the Hawaiian to the Supreme to you name it.
Yeah. I've got to ask about the loaded nachos because I'm looking at the menu and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. Yeah. 5 lines is the descriptor for that. It's loaded.
There's definitely loaded. There's a touch of everything in there, which creates a flavor all by itself. And the next bite you get something else, and the next bite you get something else.
For sure.
And sometimes it's mixed, and they go together.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the quantity of the plate is good. It's presentable. It's pretty. It's got sour cream on the top. Who doesn't like all that stuff?
I'm telling you.
And it's a great snack thing at the table. You can go fast or you can go slow with that. So.
Everybody likes a pupusa, by the way.
Oh yeah.
I was shocked to see that on the menu. You just don't see it everywhere.
A lot of people are really shocked.
Yeah, this is a Rebecca thing. She loves pupusas.
Yeah.
We decided to put it on the menu, and it's an amazing item too. We're constantly making pupusas to keep up with it. So
they're naturally gluten free.
Okay.
I mean, they're made with corn masa,
right.
So that's the base, and then you fill it with traditional items, or like chicharron, or you have bean and cheese or something like that. So we're trying to keep, and we have a vegan option as well. So we try to keep it very traditional to the Salvadorian recipes, but. It was very important for me to add culture here. I mentioned my background is food, food science, and I love food and culture, studying that, how that plays into how the things that we eat. And so I know, here in Northwest Arkansas, really the only place to get a pupusa is if you go to a pupuseria. So, but I don't know of. I think Snack Lab, when Snack Lab was opened, I think they've just recently sold and changed names, but they were offering a pupusa as well. I know that was a big seller for them. But it is very important for me and for us to bring culture in here. Yeah. And so that's our way of doing that.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. And the snackables, by the way, we already mentioned the rosemary roasted nuts. You've also got a big old charcuterie board. You got a soft pretzel with beer cheese.
Yeah.
Good beer drinking stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The charcuterie is awesome. We've heard everything from this is the best one in town.
Oh.
The way it looks, the way it's presented, the way it has, the amount of food that it has on it. We've heard that. I don't think I've ever had somebody say they didn't like it.
Yeah.
It's
a great little snack board.
Yeah, it's cool. And our food everything is a step up from most breweries. We're kind of breaking a lot of rules here.
Oh.
So we literally have a restaurant license here.
Okay.
And we weren't going to go there in the beginning, but we decided, well, if they want something to eat, they're not going to stay long. They're going to have a beer and then go get to something to eat, and it won't be here. So we stepped it up from just snacky food from food trucks, at other breweries, to an actual menu that has 9 items on it.
Yeah.
But they're really good items.
Yeah.
There's
absolutely.
a spectrum of everything from, like you said, the nachos to the sweet, spicy nuts.
You were talking about scaling up on the beer side. How about the food side?
Well, if we do scale up, she'll be moving out.
Once they kick
the
me
production.
out, then they'll have their room.
We actually will.
Speaking of food truck, is it like a food truck kitchen in there? Is that about the size of it?
Just about. It's small.
Oh my
Tiny.
gosh.
It's small, but it's very functional. It works. You can only have about 3 people in there at one time.
Yeah.
But everybody knows where they're at.
Sure.
Everybody knows where they're going. You know what your job is, all that kind of stuff. And if we go to phase 2, then it's a definite opportunity for me to expand the kitchen into that area because she'll be gone. So
awesome.
Yeah.
I would like to add with our food, because of our name, Stoic Brews Alternative, we have attracted a lot of people that they don't really know what that means, that word alternative. So they come in or they call and they ask. And we have, not on purpose, turned into being an allergy-friendly place. We have so many people who can't do tree nuts. We do have the rosemary roasted nuts, but, we talk about cross-contact and things like that, but so many people with alpha-gal.
Yes.
Oh my goodness! And
that's everywhere.
I believe I just read that Arkansas, the state of Arkansas, it's the 10th leading allergen here in the state. Next to dairy and
good God,
gluten and things. So it is. it is growing like wildfire. It's crazy the amount of people that we have that are not only celiac, but now I have alpha-gal, and that's just a compounded issue right there.
For sure.
So we have had to really rethink. I mean, even our fryer. At first, we were frying things in there that had dairy, but that excluded a lot of people that had alpha-gal, because alpha-gal people can't have dairy.
Yeah.
So they could have the chicken wings and fries, but now they can't because it's been cross-contacted with, the fritters that have dairy in them.
Right.
So we've really had to, just remap and rethink everything, and so now we make the fryer is dedicated dairy-free as well.
Okay.
So, so we definitely try. We're very mindful of all the top allergens that are recognized by the FDA here in the United States.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
It is a lot. But we take it very serious.
For sure.
Yeah.
That seriousness is, compounded with when we actually get a delivery from a food truck or a food supplier.
Yeah.
We have to check the label every time. Not just we've
Sure.
we've already vetted this food, yet we have to check it every time because they have the right to change it.
Yeah.
Without letting you know.
And not letting us know. So we have to read the label every time we get a delivery.
Jeez.
That's how serious we are about it. So
that's great.
Keeps people safe as much as we can.
Super thoughtful.
Yeah.
Super thoughtful. Guys, thank you.
Yeah,
This has
thank
been
you.
great. How can folks find you? Online and in person?
Yeah, well, we have a website, stoicbrews.com, and we are on pretty much all the socials. We're on Instagram and Facebook.
And TikTok?
And TikTok.
Yes.
We're on TikTok, yes. Our manager, Brandy, is the one that pretty much organizes all that, so she's the expert in that. But yeah, that's how you can find us. So,
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
You got it.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Flavors of Northwest Arkansas is on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Please tip your servers. Have a great week. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.